Thank you for tuning in to the best parenting show on the internet, Post Daily Dose.
It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post.
Hey there, Facebook family. Hope everybody's doing well today. This is Kristi, Saul, the co-founder of the Post+Institute, coming at you live after church. I'd been doing these after church messages for a while and sort of kind of got out of the habit. I think I was searching for things that would just be really, really helpful to share to you all. You are always in my prayers. I feel like part of my calling is praying for families, just all families, but especially praying into the lives of families who are raising children from hard places, praying for the immediate family, praying for the extended family, praying for the families of origin, and praying for those sweet babies that, slowly but surely let's ease the burdens of pain and change the trajectory of humanity. And so just carrying all of that in my heart. But today from church, what do you think the busiest place on the planet is? New York? Is it LA? Is it China? What do you think the busiest place on earth is? The busiest place on earth is man's soul. That's what my pastor said. And he's right, isn't he? The busiest place on earth is the soul of a man. The soul of humans, and there's a lot of investment in keeping our souls out of alignment. There's a huge investment from the world in keeping us stirred up, keeping us uncertain, keeping us unclear on our destinies, our missions, our purposes, that we can get really sidetracked by a lot of different things. And social media being one of them. In fact, I thought this was really interesting. He said, where do we give our first 10%? And he wasn't talking about our money, although that's a part of it, but also he was talking about our time, our first 10% of our time during our day. Are we starting our day on social media with a bunch of worldly anxiety and seeing a lot of stress and fear? Or are we spending the first 10% of our day meditating, quieting our soul, connecting with love, connecting with God, connecting with our greater purpose, and a confidence that God is with us, that love is on our side? That's the magic sauce, isn't it? That's the magic. So my pastor went on to talk about, it was such a great service. And I'm just going to say, coming out of camp, Amy, I see you, and I'm just loving on you and your daughter, meeting those families, seeing those children, knowing your heart, knowing their hearts. And I know that sometimes you guys have rough days, but having the beautiful moments that I got to share with your kids and seeing some of the most amazing qualities. So, when you're ready to hear me brag on your babies, you just let me know, because I saw in every one of those 25 kids that we were with, I saw magic. I saw deep love. I saw relationship. I saw the seeds that you all are planting. I saw those seeds. I saw the fruits. And so I feel super blessed, absolutely blessed to have that experience. And I want to thank you guys for that. So anyway, my pastor was talking about, he was talking about the soul of man and it being combined of our thoughts, our will, and our emotions, and how the external world keeps us like this. We are like leaves in a palm tree on the beach in a tsunami. Like our leaves are always just our thoughts, our will, our emotions are just being blown at will by the culture, and that we have to really be aware of that. We have to be so aware that like in everything. It's like, it's like we talk about sugars in everything. Well, the desire to bend your soul is everywhere. And the purpose is to keep us unsettled and walking unsteady. And then we seek the world for the solutions as opposed to reaching to this higher source and tapping into love to get us grounded so that our souls aren't just flowing to and fro, our thoughts, our will, and our emotions. But the biggest areas, the most fragile areas for our soul to be sort of invaded with the ability to make it, just be flowing around with the wind, these 3 areas. The first one was ambition. And boy, that was a deep conversation that he had with us, because, ambition sounds like a good thing. And so it's not about not having your dreams, but it's about making sure that your dreams are connected to God, making sure your dreams are connected to that bigger loving source, to make sure our dreams are connected to the greater good. And so he was talking about how easily the world will use our dreams to get us sort of putting ourselves first, that it's a Kristi dream or a Brian dream or there's Mimi watching, or a Mimi dream, and that we get out of place, that we're looking for our personal glory and our personal reward instead of working for the greater good, for the kingdom work. So I thought that was extremely powerful, because it's so easy. It's like the message of the world to do that. The next area beyond ambition is comparison. And imagine if you're spending your first 10 minutes of the day on social media, it's almost impossible to not be comparing. And when we start comparing our lives to somebody else's, we drop straight into envy. And when we drop into envy, we get locked out. We get locked out of our purpose because we're not seeing what's in our immediate world. And so we get locked out of our purpose in terms of our personal relationship and our personal walk, our relationships within our family, and then next our relationships to the community. And so when we are operating out of personal ambition and we begin to operate out of comparison, then that is the direct pathway for worry and anxiety. And I just thought that was such a powerful message for us as parents to hear. We don't want to lock ourselves out of our blessings by stepping into that place of comparing our lives to somebody else's. We're raising children who have unique needs. Our paths will be different. Everybody's path is different. Everybody's walking with baggage. Everybody's carrying things around, but we have to just make sure that we stay grounded and solid in what it is that we're being called to do, and not begin to envy someone else's life that you can't even discern based on a picture on Facebook. Just because they're taking that beautiful picture of their trip in Mexico doesn't mean that everything in their life is perfect. And so be careful, whose life you choose to envy. And on that line, I just want to say, going back to camp, I really have a deep appreciation for the families that came, making that investment, the investment of your time to learn about what your kids need, and the investment of your time to trust us with those deep places in your heart that oftentimes don't get shared. And so many blessings to you guys. Look out for those pitfalls, look out for that ambition, and look out for that comparison. Stay in your walk, stay in your purpose. That's where your glory is, and that's where your gifts are. And so with that, I hope you guys have a super blessed Sunday. Take a big deep breath. Peace is right there. Just know that there is a supernatural peace available to you that doesn't have to be analyzed. It doesn't have to be scientized. It doesn't have to be explained. That you can just trust and step into a trusting and a knowing, and walk in that. Much love to you guys. Happy Sunday.